At 9 on ABC 7.
Good morning, America. Winter storm alert. This morning, a major new storm developing across the South, bringing snow, rain, and ice from Arizona to Louisiana. This car with the word help abandoned on the interstate. The new warning as millions head back to work this new year.
Also this morning, shutdown summit. President Trump invites leaders from both parties to the White House today for their first face-to-face meeting in weeks as the shutdown hits day 12. Can they strike a deal? And overnight, a stunning new message from incoming Republican Senator Mitt Romney, blasting the president's character, saying he has not risen to the office.
Zoo scare.
You have a 1-year-old who fell into the rhino pit.
The terrifying moment a toddler falls into a rhino exhibit at a Florida zoo. The child badly injured and airlifted to the hospital. Her mother also hurt. What the family is saying this morning.
Spy arrest. New details this morning about the former Marine accused of espionage in Moscow. What his family is saying as they beg for his release.
Breaking overnight. Who's waking up a mega millionaire? A single ticket snagging that massive $425 million prize where the Lucky Lotto ticket was sold.
And Whiskey the Whippet, whipping past the competition, winning Best in Show at the American Kennel Club. Now he's here live on GMA, looking ahead to Westminster.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
We are going to whip it real good in 2019. Good morning, America. We missed you. We're so grateful for all those who held down the fort while we took a little bit of a break this first Wednesday of 2019.
It is great to be back. Hope all of you are refreshed and ready for the new year.
Yes, we are. We're going to begin, though, with something that isn't refreshing to hear about. Weather. It's kind of nasty out there for millions of us, starting off this new year with heavy rain, snow, and ice as that major storm system moved across the South. Ginger is here with the latest, and Ginger, this storm is leading to a real messy commute this morning. It's not the way we want to kick off the new year.
I was going to say, come on, 2019. Haven't we dealt with enough? No, apparently not. Tucson, Arizona, you got the snow on the palm trees there. Look at Interstate 40, Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Help on the back of a car. So many slips and slides. Let's take you right through what's going to happen with this storm that's obviously deep into the southwest. You'll have some icy roads, some freezing rain falling through the colder column of air, hitting the ground, Dallas-Fort Worth and north and west of there, west of I-35 really, tonight through Oklahoma City into tomorrow morning. And then heavy rain from Houston up to Alexandria into Louisiana and Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi had their second wettest year on record. More rain to come. I'll have much more coming up, guys.
All right, Ginger, we appreciate that. But now to Washington, where the partial government shutdown is entering day 12. President Trump has invited congressional leaders to the White House today for a bipartisan meeting. As the shutdown takes a toll, we'll take a look at these images. Mounds of trash piling up at our national parks, where few workers are on hand. More than 400,000 are being forced to work a second week without pay, while nearly 400,000 more are on furlough. Mary Bruce is on Capitol Hill, has the latest for us. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Robin. Well, the two sides are finally talking here today. For the first time since the government shut down 12 days ago, the president and congressional leaders have agreed to meet today at the White House, but that may be where the agreement ends. I would not hold your breath for any major breakthrough here today, as both sides are still refusing to budge. And with the new Congress set to start here tomorrow, well, the president is tweeting saying the shutdown is not where Nancy Pelosi wanted to start her tenure as speaker, saying let's make a deal. But Pelosi then fired back, tweeting that the president has, quote, given Democrats a great opportunity to show how we will govern responsibly and quickly pass our plan to end the irresponsible Trump shutdown. Now, Democrats here are expected to pass legislation tomorrow that would open up the government, but the president is already rejecting that plan because, Robin, it does not include that money that he wants for his border wall.
That's true, and we have already showed the impact of the shutdown. It's also having an effect on how immigration cases are being handled. Is that correct?
Yeah, Robin, you now have 800,000 federal employees that are working without pay or are furloughed, and that does also include the nation's immigration judges, which means that this fight over the president's border wall has reportedly paralyzed the immigration courts and is allowing some undocumented immigrants to dodge deportation as this shutdown fight continues, Robin.
All right, Mary, thank you.
Consequences are cascading right now. I want to go to the White House now, get the view from there from our senior national correspondent, Terry Moran. And Terry, we just heard Mary say the president had that tweet saying, let's make a deal, but he's about to find out how much leverage he has in this new Washington.
That's right, George. New Year, same shutdown. President Trump beginning the new year the way he ended the last one, staking so much of his credibility on getting money for that wall from the taxpayers, not from Mexico as he promised. But as you point out, it is a brand new ball game for him here. Nancy Pelosi has that solid Democratic majority ready to challenge President Trump on policies like the wall and on investigations that could bedevil this White House. And as Mary pointed out, they are out to prove that they, the Democrats, are the responsible party of government and can bring order to the chaos of Trump's Washington. We'll see how that goes.
And Terry, as this new Congress comes into Washington, the president also facing a broadside from someone inside his own party, Mitt Romney. He's had a complicated relationship with the new senator from Utah. But boy, this op-ed in the Washington Post, he says the president has not risen to the mantle of the office, says he will speak out against significant statements and actions that are divisive, racist, sexist, anti-immigrant. What a shot.
It is a scathing editorial. I can't think of anything like it from an incoming freshman senator. That said, he was the Republican nominee for president, but it is not just a declaration of purpose by Mitt Romney, as you pointed out there, saying in this op-ed that on balance, the president's conduct over the past couple of years, particularly his actions this month, is evidence the president has not risen to the mantle of the office, and then going on to criticize the president's performance. But he is also essentially declaring that he, for other Republicans, will be the cover. He'll have their back for those who privately, many have said the same thing, but haven't uttered a word of criticism of the president. Mitt Romney says, follow me.
And for now, he's going to do it from the Senate. It could also be laying the groundwork if President Trump is weakened to challenge him in 2020. And we're seeing so much jockeying on the Democratic side as well.
Oh, it's extraordinary. There are up to 30 Democratic candidates potentially. Elizabeth Warren has already declared her intention. She will run for president of the United States. She's amassed a team and a war chest, and she's ready to go. President Trump seems to have a particular animus against her. He said, criticized her over the weekend, but there are so many more. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Look, it's going to be a very busy campaign.
No question about that. Tara Moran, thanks very much. Michael.
All right, thank you, George. We're going to turn now to that investigation underway into that terrifying zoo incident. A 2-year-old injured in a rhino enclosure. ABC's Victor Okendo is at the zoo in Melbourne, Florida with the latest. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Michael. That little girl is now recovering at the hospital. Just frightening moments here at the zoo after she somehow slipped through a gap in the steel poles that guard that rhino enclosure. That gap less than a foot wide, and then her mother was injured when she went in after her.
You have a 1-year-old who fell into the rhino face, was pinned up against the wall. She's conscious at this time.
The call came in New Year's Day, a terrifying scene when a 2-year-old girl slipped into this rhino exhibit at a Florida zoo, and the snout of at least one of the rhinoceroses made contact with the child. This picture of a child's shoe inside the enclosure posted on Twitter.
Is it possible the father can ride over there with you guys?
The Brevard Zoo says the little girl stumbled and fell through steel poles like these during the popular rhino experience billed by the zoo as educational, where guests, young and old, are able to interact with the white rhinos and even touch them, as seen in these photos from the zoo's website. The toddler airlifted as a trauma alert. Her mother taken to a hospital as well with an injury to her arm.
So immediately what you're met with is frantic parents, a severely injured child. I wouldn't say chaos, but you know, controlled chaos.
The girl's father saying in a statement, "Today has been a trying day for our family. Our daughter is in good care and is doing well. My wife was also treated for her injury and has been released from the hospital." White rhinos are massive, weighing between 2 and 4 tons and capable of charging at speeds of 30 miles per hour. Florida Fish and Wildlife officials quickly on site beginning their investigation. And the zoo says that they have offered this rhino experience for a decade. They've never had any issues. They have now suspended it. The website said that this experience was open to guests 3 and up, but this little girl was just 2 years old. Michael?
All right, thank you, Victor. We're going to have much more on this story and that deadly lion attack in our next half hour. George?
Okay, we're going to turn now to the mystery surrounding an American man arrested in Moscow on charges of spying. Paul Whelan, a former Marine, was attending a wedding in Moscow and he was taken into custody. His family is speaking out, and our chief global affairs anchor Martha Redis has new details about his trip and his past. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, George. Paul Whelan was the director of global security for a Michigan auto parts company, but this was a personal trip, the marriage of a fellow former Marine to a Russian woman. This morning, a family is pleading for the release of Paul Whelan, the former American Marine placed under arrest in Moscow after accusations of espionage. His twin brother insisting it's all a big mistake.
There's no chance that Paul was engaged in espionage in Russia.
Whelan had traveled to Russia several times before and posted frequently on Russian social media. His brother insisting that Whelan was in Russia only for that wedding. His friends filing a missing persons report on Sunday after Whelan fell silent 2 days earlier. Something his brother says is out of character.
We realized that something had gone wrong and that Paul wasn't where he was supposed to be, but no one knew where he was.
Whelan's arrest follows on the heels of confessed Russian agent Maria Butina's guilty plea. Russian President Vladimir Putin has disputed Butina's background, but 2 weeks ago she admitted to infiltrating conservative U.S. political circles to influence U.S.-Russian relations, which are already tense amid multiple rounds of U.S. sanctions against Russian officials and private companies.
We've made clear to the Russians our expectation that we will learn more about the charges, come to understand what it is he's been accused of, and if the detention is not appropriate, we will demand his immediate return.
Whelan is supposed to be allowed a consular visit in the coming hours where they hope to gain more information. George?
And Martha, Whelan served 2 tours in Iraq as a Marine, but he was discharged for bad conduct.
Exactly. While his family talks about his service in the Marine Corps, he was discharged in 2008 for bad conduct related to larceny and reduced in rank after 2 tours in Iraq. George?
Martha Raddatz, thanks very much, Robin.
All right, George, now to a scare in the air as travelers make their way home from a holiday. A mystery sickness striking several passengers on a flight from Cleveland to Tampa. Our senior transportation correspondent, David Curley, has more from Reagan National. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Robin. This morning, the investigation is focusing on some drinking fountains. This was a Frontier flight with 229 passengers on board, landed in Tampa on New Year's afternoon. 6 passengers complaining of being sick. They were taken off the aircraft to be checked. The rest of the passengers held on that aircraft for an hour. Finally, the 6 passengers released and the rest of the passengers on board also let go. And now the investigation is shifting back to Cleveland, where that flight originated. And officials want to know whether there was some bad water in some of the drinking fountains at the airport. And as the officials like to say, Robin, the investigation this morning is continuing.
Yeah, it is. And we wish well those 6 passengers that they make a full recovery. David, thank you. Michael?
All right, thank you, Robin. Now to the search at this hour for a gunman who killed a 7-year-old girl in Texas while she was in the car with her family. The reward to find the shooter growing to $35,000 overnight as the girl's mother speaks out from her hospital bed. ABC's Lindsay Davis is here, and Lindsay, police are now calling this a totally unprovoked attack.
They are. Good morning to you, Michael. Authorities are calling this a senseless act. LaPortia Washington says she doesn't know the man or his motivation, but she says that she does know that he intentionally shot and killed her 7-year-old daughter, Jasmine. And now she and Jasmine's father are pleading for justice.
A massive manhunt this morning for the man who shot and killed a 7-year-old girl and injured her mother.
One party appears to be trapped inside the vehicle, possibly deceased.
Early Sunday morning, 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes was in a car with her 3 siblings and her mother, LaPortia Washington. Washington says they had just passed a Houston area Walmart when a car pulled alongside them.
I heard shots start firing, and they came through my window, broke my glass, hit me in my arm. They sped off in front of us, and the truck slowed down and continued to fire as he was in front of us.
It was one of her daughters who alerted her about Jasmine.
She said, "Mama, Jasmine's not moving. She's not talking." I turned around, and my 7-year-old was shot in the head.
Police don't know if the shooting was targeted or random, only releasing this surveillance image. The suspect, described as a white male in his 40s with a beard. He was last seen wearing a red hoodie and fleeing in this red pickup truck without a license plate. The local sheriff's department is asking area residents to check their surveillance videos to help find clues about the killer, as Jasmine's family is calling for justice.
From the bottom of my heart, that whoever know anything, please step up at this point in time and help me and my family get justice for my baby girl.
The motive is still unknown. Detectives are trying to determine if the shooting was targeted or random or if this was a hate crime. Jasmine's mom is expected to make a full recovery, but no doubt, certainly heartbreak.
So sad.
Incredibly sad. All right, Lindsay, thank you very much. We move on now to an historic meeting on the tennis court. Roger Federer and Serena Williams, two of the greatest players of all time, facing off for the first time in a mixed doubles match. TJ is here with how it all went down. Hey there, TJ.
Hey, good morning to you, Robin. And how cool was this? We're talking about the greatest tennis player of all time on the court, and Roger Federer happened to be there as well. Look, this was not some international friendly, right? This was a real competition, and what a treat to see Serena and Fed go at it for real.
Two of the game's greatest ever stars greet each other at the net.
Roger Federer and Serena Williams, the greatest tennis players on the planet, head-to-head for the first time. The two went at it in a mixed doubles match in Australia.
I was nervous returning because you just don't know. People talk about her serve so much, and I see why it is such a wonderful serve, because you just can't read it. You don't see until the very...
I can't read yours either.
Well...
The match is a new take on that famous 1973 Battle of the Sexes.
It's been a night, I think, that was not expected by most.
With Billie Jean King taking down Bobby Riggs. Being crowned the greatest ever, regardless of gender, is always a hot topic. But even Federer, the 20-time Grand Slam champ, chimed in May, telling Wall Street Journal magazine Williams is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, tennis player of all time. Federer and his doubles partner, Belinda Bencic, defeated Williams and her partner, Frances Tiafoe.
The guy is great. I mean, he's the greatest of all time, to be honest. And both on the court and off the court.
But no hard feelings after this one. They capped off the match with a hug and a selfie.
Of course.
Yeah, so no hard feelings there. And look, if it wasn't the one-on-one maybe we'd like to see possibly. But when they got to go head-to-head and serve each other, they couldn't handle each other's serve. Neither one of them really. So that was really cool to see. But bragging rights, look, yes, Federer's team won, but if they line up major trophies, she's going to have 3 extra at the end of her line that he has in his line.
I love how they were so respectful of each other and their accomplishments.
Were enjoying this moment. It was a treat to both of them to be on court.
Treat to us to see it.
It was very cool.
Looked like they were having fun. Different kind of showdown on the football field last night. Let's take a look right now. Texas versus Georgia. The mascots went at it right at the beginning. That's Uga for Georgia. Where's Bevo? No. There comes the Longhorn right there.
You said that was before the football game.
That was all before the football game. Everyone is okay. Uga got out of the way just in time, but Texas went on to beat Georgia 28-21.
The game kind of went that way as
well. You're right.
It did not just go there,
I'm sorry.
Well, it
it's
did.
A new year. I'm in a good mood.
Good thing Amy's not here.
And we know
Amy would be so
Amy
distraught.
was upset at that.
Yes, very much so. Oh, guys. 2019. Let's get back to Ginger. The Northeast is also getting some snow here, Ginge?
Yes, all I saw there was the bulldog was cute. But look at this, Canfield, Ohio. Check this out. That was the wind that came through, the damaging winds for so many folks from there through Pennsylvania, right through the Northeast. Now we've got a little clipper that's going to bring a little dusting of snow to up to 3 inches more if you're in the higher elevations. Let's get to your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, we've got Sunny Cities, sponsored by Target.
Now, we're bringing you all the ways to get what you need. Target run and done.
Well, a lot of us back to work and school after the long holiday. Temperatures out the door above freezing in the mid-30s to lower 40s with mostly cloudy skies. So it will be dry at the bus stop and dry going home this afternoon. Temperatures will be in the middle 40s. Now, as we head through the overnight hours, a few showers possible. You'll wake up to clouds and even some patchy fog tomorrow. Afternoon sunshine 49, mostly cloudy Friday 49. Rain moves in late and then rainy on Saturday with high temperatures around 50 degrees.
Another terrifying animal encounter. The 911 call now released in that deadly lion attack. How did the animal escape a locked area and kill a 22-year-old intern? The leading expert, Ron McGill, is going to call this a big wake-up call.
And there is new trouble for Louis C.K., the embattled comedian taking on school shooting survivors. We'll tell you all about it.
The day after chemo shouldn't mean going back to the doctor. Just